So Tim Pool, this is a clip we saw. It's got nothing to do. Well, I guess it kind of could do with finance. Tim Pool, basically talking shit about women again. The beanie is about to pop off, is what I think the guy says here. So this is the Surf Times. I think this guy's name is Lance, and he's watching this. And I just thought this was hilarious. So we'll just watch a few minutes of this.
Don't have to go to Clown World for your dating tips.
How would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? And of course, all the women in the video say that they're 10s, baby. There's a couple of women who say otherwise. One woman says 8. One woman says 11. When the woman says she's an 8, the other girls around her are like, no, believe in yourself. The guys say they're not. One guy.
Okay. So here's the deal. He's about to watch a video where
I'm already pissed off.
Yeah. No, this is funny. He's about to watch a video where they interviewed a bunch of people coming out of the bars and the clubs in the middle of the night, and they asked him, rate yourself on a scale of attractiveness from whatever, 1 to 10. Right? And he said all the women said they were really high and all the guys said they were really low. And I'm like, well, first off, it's edited, so they probably selected only certain people. Right? On top of that fact, these people are all inebriated. So the answers they're giving are not necessarily going to be realistic. Right there.
And okay, not to mention, let's add a couple of more elements. People don't always tell you everything they're thinking and feeling. No. They're just sort of loosely answering your question, right?
Right.
And the other thing is, we haven't even gotten into what he's saying, but why on earth he needs to be the judge of the world on how these people feel about themselves. Right. And quite frankly, his taste is not the taste of every man on the planet, because I'm going to tell you, sober or inebriated, I'm coming out of that bar and I'm telling you I'm a fucking 11, because I am.
Right.
I'm good looking. I have a hell of a lot going for me. And any man I give the time of day to should be like, I won the damn lottery, right? Does that mean that I'm every man's cup of tea?
No.
No. This is a great big wide world, and I am not the flavor everybody wants, right?
Right.
But it doesn't mean I don't think I'm an 11. And quite frankly, many of these women might be in that camp. And if they are, good for them.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing.
For them.
Here's the thing, too, about that. The scale system, like you said, it's not objective. There's no... Attraction is not an objective thing. It's completely subjective. And we're friends, and we've been honest with each other. There have been times when Lacey's dated people, I'm thinking, what the fuck is she doing? And vice versa. There have been women I've dated where Lacey's like, what the fuck is going on?
And you know what? I can be an 11, and I can not be Duncan's 11.
No,
I might be Duncan's 8.
Yeah.
I'm not lessening for anybody. No. But
honey, let's face it. I'm everybody's type.
I might be Duncan's 8, and I might be somebody else's 11, right? So like, I don't know, but you know what? Clearly, whatever Tim Pool says you are is the real number.
Right. But we'll get into this because it's sexist.
Okay, you know what? If I'm his 11, I'm going to, I don't know, go shave my head bald or something. I don't want to be his 11.
That's part of the problem. All right, we'll get into a couple more minutes of this. It just cracks me up.
Guy's like, I'm a 6. The other guy's like, I'm a 2. I don't give an F, whatever. And the first thing I'm going to say about this video, my friends.
First thing I'm going to say is, my dudes, you're all beautiful, all right? Have more self-worth. Don't self-deprecate, you know? I feel like a lot of society wants us to do that as men. It's all right. You're all Chads. You're all alphas in my...
See, I like how he plays that. You're all beautiful. Shut up. This is stupid. So, we'll skip ahead a little bit. Fucking, he's right, though. It's stupid.
One of the biggest sales ever. 30 beef sticks for just 30.
All right. Commercial.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't like that the men were rating themselves that low.
Yeah, but it's sort of typical, though. I mean, because it sounds too braggish. If you're a guy, you say, I'm a 10. It's a kind of a douchebaggy thing to do. And it's just, I think that's more cultural than anything else. It's just how
it
guys...
might be.
It
might be.
Because women tend to be more like, no, you should treat yourself well. As we're guys, we tend to razz each other. So a lot of the guys are like, oh yeah, I'm a 2. They don't fucking think that. They just gotta say that so they don't sound like assholes. Right? Like, I'll walk. Oh yeah,
Maybe.
I'm a 4, but I'm like, I'm also sitting there thinking, I'm not going out with you or you or you. I'm a very picky 4. How about that? Oh, here we go.
No. Okay.
My personal rating. Ain't nobody gets a 10.
Okay, he's got his personal rating. Here we go.
I was half joking. I didn't know he was actually going to do this. All right, let's hear it.
Yo, 10s are unicorns. Like, there's a thing in skateboarding called the 9 Club, and that's because when you do the best trick in a contest, it's like 9.3 or 9.5. Because how do they give you a 10? Like, how did you do the perfect trick in a contest?
All right. I'll tell you how they give you a 10, Tim. Because it's subjective. That's why nobody gives you a 10, because they don't want to look like they're in the tank for you. On a competition like that. That's the whole thing that he's missing here. This is all fucking subjective. You know, a taste is very subjective. Art is subjective. Music is subjective. Theater is subjective. Attraction is subjective. You know, sex appeal is subjective. I'll tell you. We'll just close with this, because I'll tell you a funny story. So, after college, I did work part-time at a store where I managed a DVD section, right? And it had like 500,000 DVDs. It was a big thing, right? And I did this while I was looking for a better job, right? It was just sort of a stepping stone kind of thing. I just needed a job in the meantime. And me and my girlfriend were living together, but one of the sections was the porn section. And it was all in disarray. And so I went back there, and I'm like, okay, I can't alphabetize porn because nobody looks for porn by title. Right? So I just organized it.
Maybe they do, but I probably not.
I just organized it by the production companies, right? And I'm like, fine, that's good enough, right? And then I was actually with my girlfriend, we were at a sex shop, right? And I noticed they had them organized by fetish. And I'm like, oh, fuck, why didn't I think of that? So I went back and I organized them by different fetishes, right? And the one fetish I sold the most. I couldn't keep enough of them on the shelves. Nobody ever guesses this. I wouldn't have guessed it. Obese women. Like 300-pound plus women. Could not keep enough of those on the shelf. They were gone. Yep, really big girls. I remember the title that I sold the most of was called Cherokee Bubble Butt 7. And it had a 350-pound black woman in a thong on the cover.
Huh.
I sold 200 of those in less than 2 weeks.
I really want to have something to say to that, but I got nothing.
That's my point, is it's subjective. That is a fetish that some people have. They like that.
Okay, I guess maybe I will also point out that not only does that show that it's subjective, but it also flows along with the idea that what people feel and what they divulge to other people are not always the same thing. Because if you couldn't keep that on the shelf, that obviously shows that there's a strong preference in that category, right?
Right.
And I'm not judging it, but I have to tell you, probably a lot of those people would not be leading in conversation with saying that that's a preference.
Right.
They would probably say something different.
Right, and furthermore, it's like, here we are. I'm kind of laughing about it because it is kind of socially stigmatized. And so, yeah, my bad. I mean, it's fine. I didn't have a problem with it. It's like, whatever gets you through the night, right? But, yeah, I mean, I once dated a girl who was a ballerina, and, because she was a ballerina, her feet were all screwed up, right, from years of ballet. Anybody who's ever done ballet, all ballet dancers, just the number they do on their legs and their feet. It's a brutal, brutal profession. But she was telling me a story about she went out with a guy, and they were about to hook up, and then when she took off her shoes, he didn't want to date her anymore because he had a foot fetish, and her feet were all, kind of crooked and mangled. Like, well, I guess that was a deal breaker for him.
Yeah. I got to tell you, it might require some therapy from me if somebody decided the reason they didn't want to date me is because I had ugly feet. I mean, to each their own, but I'm feeling like I would maybe have to work through that a little bit. I'd be like, wait, my feet? Wait a minute. My feet.
But I love it.
They spend most of their time in socks and shoes.
Yeah.
You know?
But I love it because Tim Pool, here's a guy judging other people how they look. He's almost 40. He's unmarried. He has no kids. He lives in this sort of mansion thing with a bunch of other guys where they have video game pinball machines and shit and a skate park and da-da-da. And he wears, always, when we joke about the beanie, and we were never making fun of how he looked. He's a bald underneath that. Right? We weren't making fun of the fact that he was bald. We were making fun of the fact that he's hiding it with a beanie. And how stupid that is. It's like, dude, you're a middle-aged man. Just fucking own it.
I think the beanie thing, it's to hide the baldness, but I don't know if it's that he feels bad about the baldness or if it's that he's trying to appeal to a younger crowd, and if the baldness shows, then his
Right.
closer to his authentic ages may be showing. But either way, you know what? Rock it the way you got it. That's what I say.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was my point, is it's so tacky. So here's a guy who's too ashamed to show his head, judging all these other people in this video by what they say. I mean, I don't think she's a 10. I don't think 10s are unicorns. Such a tacky thing to say.
But then you know what? She's probably not going to want to date you because she wants to date people who will also agree that she's a 10 or pretty damn close. You
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, when your girlfriend asks you, do these pants make me look fat, she wants you to say, no, you look great. She doesn't want you to say, honey, it's not the pants.
That's what you say when you suddenly find yourself single.
That's right. Which is probably why Tim's still single. For a guy who pushes everybody to get married. But, you know, at the end of the day, he thinks that men are only worth what they can provide and women should just be, you know, basically there to pump out babies, which I'm sure is where he's getting to. But we're not going to watch the rest of this shit. I just wanted to make fun of him
Oh,
for a
God,
minute.
no.
So, anyway, that's our show for today. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Lacey, where can everybody catch you?
Well, as always, you can catch me at mysensewithsense.com. You can find articles I've written, workshops I do, and courses that I teach. If you want information about those, email us or send us your topic requests. Send us some more interesting clips that we should evaluate, or invite yourself on with us. Duncan, where can they email us if they want to do that?
You can email us at gossipfinancead@outlook.com. Send us that if you guys want to invite yourself on the show. You know, if you want to debate us or just sit and chat, whatever, you know, we'd be interested in talking to it and setting it up. So,
Yep.
yeah. So email us, let us know. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.